Okay, can you folks see my PowerPoint? Okay, let me see if I can see my chat. Okay, so today my topic is positive mindset. Looks like the Philippine office is going to be open. That's great news, and I think this is an appropriate topic to talk about to launch the opening of the new the Makati office. We're all waiting for that. Okay, but let me tell you a little journey about positive mindset. When I was in Baguio City in March, I was at a class, and I decided to go to Baguio City and then do a class. And when we were there at a school, then they said we had to cancel the class. And they said, what? Because classes are canceled. They not only canceled our class, but the people in the school had to go to a special meeting. And I looked at my leader and says, you know what, maybe we should go back to Manila. And good thing, while we're on the bus, they were talking about they were going to cut off entrance into Metro Manila, and they discontinued domestic flights in 72 hours. So my son and I, we looked at each other while we're on the bus, trying to call Delta to rebook our flight. We didn't know what to do. Then fortunately, today, a lot of airlines have apps. We were able to change it to leave the next morning. So we arrived in Manila at 1:30, and we left at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the airport to catch the flight. It was a full flight. We arrived in Tokyo. So as we left, we were kind of sad because there was a lot of people to meet, but we didn't want to get stuck in Manila, and we had to go back to Japan. And when we were in Japan, we were very happy to be back there because we could work with the Philippines. Our time zone is the same. Then what happened as we watched the flights every day? Then we saw that they were canceling all the flights back to Hawaii. Then we go, okay, we booked our flight with Delta. We can leave. We can change the booking. And then guess what? Towards the end of April, my son told me, hey, they refunded the money for the flights. And I go, what? Mean we have no flights back to Hawaii? So I called Delta and I go, were you going to tell me that? Yes, sir, we're going to call you today. I says, well, that's not good because we need to go back to Hawaii. Okay, are there any flights? He says, no, sir. Okay, this is where positive mental attitude comes in. I says, well, let us see, because prior to this, I had searched the internet. On their screen, they show no direct flights to Hawaii. I knew that. I says, you know what? There is a flight all the way to Seattle, United States, and back to Hawaii, which is an 18-hour flight versus 6 hours. Now, the big difference is it's $2,500 US. I says, according to Delta, if we had booked a flight with you, we could change our flight. I said, yes, we can do that. So we were able to fly back to Hawaii, for the same price. Then I go, okay, when can we book? Well, we can take you tomorrow. I said, no, we need a few days. I go, okay, is there a reason they want us out right away? But anyway, in 3 days, we're on the flight back to Seattle and then back to Honolulu. Okay, so that's what I like to share, is that if we had just said, no, there's no way we can get back to Hawaii. If they said, no, there's no flights, but having a positive outlook and just say, there has to be a solution, and look for it and just be calm and tell the person at Delta very nicely, is there any way you can help us? Because I saw a flight to Seattle and back to Honolulu. And says, yes, there is. Okay, that's one of the things. So we went back to Tokyo and we says, well, we can't go back to Manila. how are we going to support our team in Manila? So we said, you know what? The churches are now doing Zoom. They're doing a live stream. So I think maybe people are going to get used to it. Uh, Guess what? Everybody was now a little bit more open to uh, look at live streaming to do classes. So now we had to get people to learn how to use Zoom. So we went to Tokyo. We had to update all our equipment so we can do online classes. We were excited. Casey brought in new chairs. We brought in extra monitors. But when we had to go back to Hawaii, we came back and this was my computer, okay? And it's just not workable for us. We had two 27-inch monitors per person in Tokyo. So we had to order everything. Guess what? Everything is on back order because everybody's working at home. So what do? We had to have a positive attitude, so we need to help support our team in the Philippines and Japan. So what we did is over a month and a half, this became the setup from what we had prior. So this was the original desk that I had to work with and one little laptop. Okay. 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 All right. I have a technical difficulty here.
It's okay.
All right, let's figure this out.
Would you like me to share the screen?
Okay, one more second. Let me see if I can figure this out. Technical issue. Here we go, share screen. Okay, can you see the screen now? Hey, can you see the screen now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it on the slide?
Right.
Okay, positive. It's got to stay positive. So this is the new setup we had, okay? So it took us a while. See, you have to keep a positive mindset. This is a good example. So what is positive mindset? Okay, so then the other thing that happened when we were in Hawaii, they launched a program called Founders Club in the United States. And I go, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? How am I going to do that along with helping my team in Philippines go founders and support my team in Japan? So took a deep breath, thought about it overnight, went to sleep, and I said, you know what? We're going to do it all. I don't know how, but we're going to do it all. So this is what we want to talk about. Positive mindset. How do we do this? So what is positive mindset? It's positive thinking actually means approaching life's challenges with a positive outlook. It does not necessarily mean avoiding or ignoring the bad things. It does happen. Just like now, we had a technical issue. Instead, it involves making the most of the potentially bad situations, trying to see the best in other people, and viewing yourself and your abilities in a positive light. Okay? So this is what we're going to talk about. Overcoming obstacle by having a positive mindset. Okay. What is the benefits of positive mindset? I've been on a lot of calls where they talk about affirmations, positive mindset, but let's go back to the benefits of having a positive mindset. You're going to have a happier life. For the ladies, less stress. What does that mean? Less wrinkles, okay? You're going to look beautiful and stay younger longer. Your family's going to be happy. When you have a positive outlook, when my son was a little worried, every day we checked the news, are we going to have a flight back? I says, look, something will work out, and it did. So we're back in Hawaii. And another benefit of a positive mindset, you become a positive leader for your team members, your downline. Whenever you're positive, it uplifts your team. You know, during this time, especially in the Philippines, I admire everybody, and I'm inspired by everybody in the Philippines, the staff, Vanessa, AA, and all those, Michael Carson, to do the things that to support each other and build your business. And every time I talk to Michael and hear Vanessa and AA, everything is positive. Instead of saying, oh, we have challenges, we have no products, or we're not able to ship. No, everything, it'll be done. Give us time. Everything is brought in a positive way. So having a positive attitude or mindset, it brings the whole culture of positiveness to your downline. So it's important. Your team has to see the positive. Now, of course, sometimes we have challenges where we go, oh, things are not going, but those we just share with people in your upline or to Robin. We call them up personally, say, what's going on? But our downline never ever hears from us anything besides positive. Another benefit, it helps you reach your spiritual, health, and financial goals. When you're able to have a positive outlook and you do well with doTERRA, you stay healthy, you can reach your financial goal by ranking, building better commissions, and spiritually, okay? Also, the positive posture that you have from positive attitude, mindset, it attracts builders. How many here would like to have more builders? A positive posture always attracts builders, shares, and users to you and to your team. Okay, so before we get into all this, let's talk about empowering you. doTERRA is going to help empower you with tools. Robin talked about the tools that he has set up. The doTERRA itself has set up a website with different tools. It's amazing tools that you just go in there and click all these things. Many of us who started 10 years ago, this wasn't available. We had to kind of make our own little websites so we can give to our team, but this is all done for you. Michael, Vanessa, they've given you many tools, emails and everything that keeps you posted. Those are tools. They're working to get the Makati office for the will call. Always working to get an increase in product line. You don't have to worry about it. They're doing the work. This is something I'd like to share for those who are in Philippines and Japan. doTERRA Utah, and I think Robin could confirm, is considered an essential business. And it will stay open no matter, not no matter, but during this period of time of the COVID. So we in the different countries don't have to worry about a supply problem as far as being able to be shipped out from Utah. Of course, sometimes sourcing causes a little bit of shortage, okay? Now, the next thing is amazing that Robin, Vanessa has done an awesome job getting people to give you the tool set, especially being so kind and ask nicely, can you do the class at 3 in the morning? You have an amazing person in Vanessa and Michael to get people to come on these calls. They set up a class schedule here. Look at that, on the 2nd, 7, 9, all these things. It's giving you the ability to learn how to use the tools. So that's, again, the company and the doTERRA Philippines gives you the tools, including your leaders. Number 2, they're giving you the skill set, how to use the tools. So what do you need to do? Use the tools, learn how to use them, get the skill set. Okay, what do you need? Believe in yourself. You can do it. Remember, the tools are there. But they're going to teach you how to use it. They're going to develop your tool set. So what is the positive mindset? Optimism. Be optimistic. We were optimistic. We'll somehow get back to Hawaii. we're optimistic that we'll somehow get our equipment. Okay, you have hope, optimism, hope, confidence, cheer, and good cheer. Acceptance, acknowledging that things don't always turn out how you want them to, but learning from your mistakes. You know what? Um, when we're in Japan, we were wondering, should we use Hawaiian Airlines or Delta? We all went into the selecting the airline, just saying, you know what? Let's just do it and roll with the punch, okay? Resilience, bouncing back from adversity, disappointment, and failure instead of giving up. This is important when you have a positive mindset. No matter what goes wrong or what doesn't go your way, you just say, it's okay. I'm going to do it again because something will work. Having faith. Gratitude, actively, continuously appreciating good things in your life. I approach everything as I'm so grateful. Even if there are challenges, I'm grateful for the challenges too. Because you know what? It helps me be a better person. And sometimes those challenges sometimes leads to better options. You know, sometimes when certain things aren't available to order, guess what? Something better comes up. Okay. Conscious mindfulness, dedicating the mind to have a conscious awareness and enhancing the ability to focus. Having a positive mindset allows you to focus. When you worry, you can't focus on what you need to do. Okay. So believe in yourself, develop a positive mindset, integrity, the trait of being honorable, righteous, and straightforward instead of deceitful and self-serving. When you're positive, you don't need all that. Just do the right thing. On a personal note, have a personal relationship in your spiritual life, and you will have a positive outlook. Okay? So let's go a little bit more on positive mindset. And this is very important. When I was in leaving Baguio City and I heard the mall was going to close down, I was really, really concerned that what's going to happen to us with doTERRA. So I sat back and I thought about it. doTERRA had, for my business, had the highest sales that month. The following month was better. And I just realized this is a good company. Our products is needed during the extremely hard time. People need our product. Number two, with more products moving, without me even calling people and pushing, my commission went up. So for those on the call, you're wondering, you're new in Philippines, what's going to happen? All I can say is this: when I built, we were coming off of a recession, and we worked it. People in those days didn't think essential oils; they didn't know what it was. But we knew the results of the product. We believed in the products. We always said maybe. We always believed. Everybody says, "Well, you're going to make money," and I go, we always said, "That's nice. We're going to make money," but did we really believe? No. But we kept a positive attitude because the product worked. We kept sharing. And what I'd just like to share is that during the good times, doTERRA was doing well for me. But you know what? During this whole challenging COVID period, doTERRA still is good. So that shows me that this company, representing the company, the products, it's there. It's going to be there for you and me. So I like to just let you know on a positive side, okay? So when we left Baguio City, I'm going, what can we do? So the first thing I needed to do said, I have to be positive. There's going to be good things out of this. How do I continue to build doTERRA Philippines, even if I'm not there? When we went back to Hawaii, talked to my son, we need to do the best. And this comes from a positive mindset to say, we can do this. We can help the Philippines. So we've been doing classes. teaching people. It's hard when they had to shut down. I know it's hard to get samples out, but you know what? It's slowly happening, and the people are learning. So we took the time to use the opportunity to teach and learn more about the products and how to do the business. So a positive mindset will turn a challenging situation to a positive thing. So a willingness to make an effort and take a chance instead of assuming, instead of thinking your efforts won't pay off. So optimism is to take the chance that your efforts will work and continue to work. So those of you in doTERRA, think positive, keep going. Things will work out. So optimism can be defined as a stable personality trait related to being positive regarding what would happen in the future. So yeah. Okay, how many of you guys know what this is? Let me see. Can I see the chat? These are 3 glasses, right? Okay, you can respond in the chat. I'm trying to find my, okay, I can't see the chat, so I'm going to go on. These are 3 glasses. So what is this? This is a glass that has no water. This is a glass that is half. This is a full glass. Some of you probably know where I'm going with this. So which one are you? Which cup do you have? Do you have a cup that is half full or half empty? They're both the same level of water, but it's how you look at the cup. So when somebody says, oh, how much water do you have? Oh, I have a half full cup. Or another person is half empty. Believe it or not, when you start saying things on a positive side, it just makes you a more optimistic person. So resolve from now to see your glass of life as half full rather than half empty. Happy people give thanks for the many blessings in life rather than worrying or complaining about the things that they do not have. Okay? You have a half full of water. I'm so grateful. Instead of saying, I'm half empty, I won't have enough water. Okay? That's a good way to look at things. Okay, let's take a pause. If you guys can put down in the chat, what are some things that are positive things in your life? Okay. I wish I can pull up this. I think I know how. Okay. Okay. Anything that's positive in your life? Your children. Your other half, spouse. Health. Yes. Yes. What else? Yes, your team, family, friends, oils. Our full meals. Absolutely. I'm glad my son can cook now. I don't have to cook, and he cooks good, and he's learning. Yeah, struggles. Yes. Yes, struggles. It's got a positive too. Learning the opportunity during the lockdown. Experiences, yes. It's good. These are all positive things. You know, no matter how hard it gets, you will look at it as on the positive side. Okay, Robin. Very good. Let's see. Opportunities. Getting more leads, yes. Yes, Robin wins. Yes. Working from home. How many likes working from home now? How many missed the traffic? Hour in traffic. How many were? I don't miss that. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you don't miss traffic. Okay. What I'd like to say is this. Keep in mind all these positive experiences. Meeting new friends. How many of you remember graduation? Was it an exciting time for you? You finally got it over. Your parents are happy. They're able to celebrate. your children, when you had your first, Robin, when you had your first child, what did it feel like? Exciting? Yes. All right. Some of you who just had a new job, you got accepted to a school. Some of you who got married. Yeah. Cooking. How many of you get excited when you make your first, you cook for your children and they're so happy? This is a topic that I want people go, well, how do you manage to go through life when you're struggling? Because I always go back to the positive things that have happened in my life. For those of you have know a little history of my family, my wife had cancer and passed away. During that whole period of time, I had to look at my children and say, I've been blessed. My wife left me a blessing. She was bipolar, and during her period of time when she was going through depression or high anxiety, I always thought of good things. Yeah. So, it's important that when you're going through struggles, go back to the things and say, I am blessed. What are you blessed with? You folks saying, good friends, all this. So just, if it just comes in your mind for even 1 second or 2 seconds, bring up a positive thoughts. Believe it or not, after my wife passed, I cannot remember anything bad things that we went through. I can only remember the positive things. And you know what? Life for me has been looking forward to the positive things. Some of you may not know, but my youngest son, I was looking for pictures for this presentation. I saw the pictures of 2017, 2016. I know 2 years prior to that, he was in the hospital with surgery. And you know what? I always have to look at the positive things of the doctors that have helped him, the recovery. So how does this apply to doTERRA? Well, if you can see the positive as you go in and do your invitation and people don't show up, just think of your child, the happiness that they bring you, and you say, it's okay. The next person I'm going to contact, it's okay. And then you remember your success you had in graduation, your feeling of graduation, that you will have the same experience when you go to doing doTERRA and you hit your next rank. And you see your children, your team leaders graduating and going to the next rank. Keep that in your mind and the feeling. You will stay focused. So, positive mindset is important. So what you need in doTERRA, as you learn the tools and the skill set, create a new mindset to get new results. I can do this to get the results. I'm in Philippines right now because of the difficult samples. You will get results. Get a new mindset, okay? So, do not let someone else control your behavior. This is important about positiveness. Plant your mind with positive thoughts. Give yourself plants. If you don't put plants of positive thoughts, you're going to end up getting weeds will grow in its place. Weeds is like negative thoughts. Have positive visual images as if it is done. So today I'm seeing myself with a team that's going to be moving up. I see them as founders. I see them not having to work. They are now able to replace their income so they don't have to be in traffic. I see themselves helping other people reach their dreams and hopes. I have a visual picture. I see my team leaders in those positions. I see them walking on stage. I see them on incentive trips. Have positive visual images. I have my team in Japan. I have my team in Hawaii. I actually have positive visual images of where they'll be. And I can see themselves smiling and laughing and hugging their family, their children, taking them on special trips or just meeting, going out together as a family because doTERRA has given them an opportunity. And the other thing is be around positive people. I enjoy doTERRA because I know my two sons and his daughter-in-law will be around positive people. doTERRA has positive people. Yes, we have once in a while, it sneaks in the negative thought, but overall, they're positive people. The staff at doTERRA, they're positive. Whenever I talk to Vanessa, always a smile, including everybody. Robin, I like him when he's on the call. He's always all smiles. Avoid the negative people. You know, sometimes your own family can be negative, but that's okay. Love them. You know, they don't have to support you, but just love them. Okay, also work on self-improvement all the time. That's planting your mind with positive thoughts. Fill your mind with positive information so that the weeds will not grow in its place. Also, it's kind of hard, physical fitness. Believe it or not, sometimes my physical fitness is just walking back and forth to the bathroom, going to the kitchen. My son, I say, you know, I'm clearing the table instead of taking a lot of things. I'm taking maybe 10 times to clear the table. It's exercise. We have to take care of physical fitness. You know why? Having physical fitness, you have clarity. You can think better, okay? And then mental fitness, right? Okay, try to do this for 21 days to create a habit. I'm not sure why, but I know there's other programs that's 21 days. So 21 days is just 3 weeks. So before you go to bed, write 5 things you are grateful for. It can be the same thing, but write it down. When you write it down, it goes in your mind. Write 5 goals. 5 goals. What it is could be, I'm going to get up at 8 o'clock. Or just write 5 goals every day. Eventually, it'll be bigger and bigger goals. But start off. Write 5 things you're grateful for. Write 5 goals. I saw a movie of anyway, write 5 goals. 3, I think is late already for me. 3, visualize what and where you are going. Visualize if it is done. Get a clear, exciting picture in your mind. Years ago, I made a decision that I want to be in Disneyland on New Year's Eve. So I had a picture, my family being there on Disneyland. So 2 years ago, we didn't know how to do it because for Disneyland, you needed to get tickets by lottery, and we didn't win it. But my friend said, you know, we can book a hotel and get the room. So we ended up at Disneyland on New Year's Eve. I'm visualizing to be in Sydney for the New Year's celebration. What do you have in your mind? Is it taking your family to a beach? Do you have a picture of where your son is going or daughter will go to school? Do you see their graduation? What's in your mind? Visualize what and where you are going, what you want to do. You can visualize in doTERRA, walking on stage, getting a handshake with Michael and Vanessa for achieving a certain rank, or even visualizing me on the Philippine leadership group or anything else, or being to the incentive trip. So during your challenges, the times that you are in need of how do I put it? When things doesn't seem to be going right at the moment now, just like when they refunded the credit card of the plane ticket, at that moment, it was a challenge. So I'm telling myself, you know, I called the airlines before for other things, and they have made accommodations. So I thought of that positive, positive. So I called them up. I didn't get upset. I'm thinking to myself, I've had Delta make accommodations for it. They helped us get from Manila to Tokyo. They're going to help us. Think of your successes. And guess what? Rather than getting upset with customer service, because they're only doing their job, she was very nice and helped us get to Honolulu. Okay, your attitude determines your direction. Our mindsets can significantly change the way we approach a challenge. It's how our bodies react to the challenge, how we chose to deal with it. You know what? If you have a positive attitude, instead of getting nervous, jumping, kicking the door, because your body's all agitated, if you have a positive attitude, you can settle it. Sometimes my sons ask me, how do you do it? I have a positive attitude that the customer service is going to help me. I have it in my mind, and I see that person smiling. Does it always work? No, but it works enough times that it has helped. In doTERRA, this is important for you. Successful people focus on growth, solving problems, and self-improvement. Again, in doTERRA and in business and in life, successful people focus on their personal growth, solving problems, and self-improvement. Unsuccessful people believe their abilities are not changeable. You cannot improve always the things that it's going to challenge them. Okay, which are you? You're a successful person, right? So there's some good news about positive mindset. Our skills, your skills and abilities aren't simply a product of how you were born. In other words, you can learn the skills to do doTERRA. Your abilities, it's doable, it's learnable if you're coachable, if you're willing to learn. It is the attitude we choose to set goals, approach our tasks, and handle challenges. That makes the difference. This is very, very good news. It means that you can move forward. You can accomplish the things that you want in doTERRA and in your life. You don't have to have the skill set to talk to people, to talk to strangers. It's a skill set and ability that can be learned and taught to you, okay, as long as you're willing to be coached and learn. If we work on positively developing our potential rather than simply working on our performance, again, if we work on developing our potential instead of just doing work, sometimes we just get into busy work and not getting the results. If you develop your work skills, you will achieve life-changing way of thinking and habits of the mind that will make you successful. Okay? In other words, if you're willing to learn, develop yourself, instead of just doing the same thing through hard work and not knowing what you're doing, you will be able to achieve a life-changing way of thinking and habits of mind that you will become successful. And I have seen it many times. So, how about you? Will you make the changes? So, a lot of times little children, I won't do it. They'll look at this, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Okay? But if you finally get them to do it to the point where it's, I want to do it, then they're going to ask, how do I do it? And he goes, as he starts smiling, I'll try to do it. Okay? Then he says, I can do it. Then I will do it. And then the little boy or girl will say, I did it. This can be you, and this is you. I know it can be every one of you on the call, and your team members can do the same thing. They all can do it. And remember this, little success leads to big success. Sometimes we focus on the big success. If we just do the little steps, it will get you to the big success. Okay, so I'm going to end it in the last few things, stay patient and trust your journey. Today, I enjoy life. These are pictures of the beaches that I've seen. Not stay patient and trust your journey, but these are views that I see all over the world. Primarily, these are nice views in Hawaii. This is the beach. I see the sunsets. I learn to really enjoy the moment. When life gets tough, I always look at these pictures and I says, I'm grateful. Life is good. I've been blessed with what I have. This is a little blurry, but when I see the sun comes through the clouds and I see the rays, I go, life is beautiful and great. And I hope to have shared with you that all of you have greatness in you.